So I decided to do this new series today. Um, After seeing so many TikToks about people wanting to move to Houston, people who have moved to Houston, and those who've moved to Houston and weren't successful and had to move back home or move to another city, and those who've had positive experiences. As a real estate broker, I said, you know what? I'm going to start doing some videos, an educational series on how and why to move to Houston. Okay. The city has so much to offer, but you want to make sure that you're doing it for the right reasons and the right way. So I have my business partner in the car with me. So if y'all hear another voice, that's because she's driving. We're actually headed to go show a client some properties right now in Midtown. But first and foremost, for those of you who are considering transplanting to Houston, why do you want to move here? What do you think is a good reason to move here?
I think, especially if you're young, if you're Gen Z, let's go that route.
Okay.
There's a lot to do in Houston. I know the nightlife has brought a lot of young people here, the date parties and stuff like that. And so Houston is now this fun place. It's fun for tourists to come. There's a lot of food here. There's a lot of good entertainment. And so I think that's a great reason to move to Houston.
Okay. So I'm going to play devil's advocate because I think that's why a lot of you all move here. And I don't think that's enough of a reason to want to uproot your life to move to another city. It's great. That is a great attribute of the city. Houston has become a tourist destination. I feel like since COVID, I think COVID was the real jump off of it. However, if you're only moving here to party, if you're only moving here for the food, baby, how are you going to sustain your lifestyle? Right? So I think that there needs to be more of a reason to want to bring you this way, especially if you don't have any support system here. If you don't have any friends or if you don't have any family here, just coming to, a new city, new state for nightlife, I definitely don't think that's enough. And you're going to be one of these thousands of people who I always see, came to Houston and were successful and are having to relocate elsewhere. Right? So I think you first want to, visiting here is perfect. That's your peak. That's your start, right? And if you only visiting here for parties and to come and eat and hang with your friends for a few days, you need to make another trip out here, right? And see the city from a different perspective. From a business standpoint, where could you potentially live? Where could you work? You need to see it from, an everyday viewpoint, not just the parties and the clubs, the restaurants. Those are great things. But again, you need to look at the other side of life because you're not going to be doing that every day. Especially if you don't do your diligence, you ain't going to be doing none of that because you're going to end up out here broke. And that's a lot of what I'm seeing. So depending on what your career is, see what the job market looks like out here first. Guys, there's too much research that you could be doing online before you just up and buy a plane ticket or up and gas your car and make this drive out here. Look online, look at who's hiring in your anticipated work field, see what they're paying. Okay. There are all of these, I don't know, chats and sites where you could go to. TikTok, use social media to try to get an idea of what people are making in that general field to see if it's really worth you relocating here. I see so many videos of people who come here and say, the jobs aren't paying as good as such and such and such and such. Do you know the cost of living in the city where you came from or, the city that you're comparing Houston to? Like, those are all things that you need to consider. The cost of living. So that's my first video is why you want to come here. And it shouldn't just be for the parties. Okay?
It should just be.
More videos to come, but for those of you who are really feeling like Houston is your place, Houston is your city, and it very well may be. Like, really, really take the time to research and build your network before you actually step foot down here. And again, I'm a real estate broker. I can help you. If you have questions about where you should live, if this is a good area of town, if this is a good price, reach out to me, guys. 5-Star Kendra the Realtor. I'm here on TikTok. I'm broker of the 5-Star team. I have a team of agents who will be willing, ready to assist you. And again, I know everything Houston, well versed, every side of town, all of that. So if you have questions and if you really want to do your diligence beforehand, like you should, reach out to me and I can help.